Hello, Guardians, and welcome to Destiny Reset Episode 87. This podcast is about anything and everything related to Destiny the game. If you love playing Destiny as much as we do, you're in the right place. This reset, we welcome back I'm the Blue Ranger, lament on the lack of vault space, and discuss the new Age of Triumph stream reveal. Hello, Guardians, and welcome. It's Arrow Knights, and of course, here with me, Cyborg Sasquatch, and maybe somebody else. Maybe?
Hey.
Hey, Cyborg.
We brought a friend.
We did.
Hi.
Who is it? Who is it? State your name.
Hi, I'm
Declare
the Blue Ranger.
Or are you not the Blue Ranger when you're leaving us a review?
I'm not the Blue Ranger. Never. I'm always the Blue Ranger. I don't know who did that review. That wasn't me.
Somebody
I
trying to
was
be
not
cute.
the Blue Ranger. How are you today,
Who, me?
Blue?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm,
you.
I'm great. I'm great. The power's back on. We have an imminent snowstorm looming overhead. And, yeah, life is good.
Nice, man.
Yep.
Nice.
Props for the dedication. The man's about to get snowed in.
Yeah.
But he's
Yep.
here.
I was just telling Cyborg before we recorded and while you were taking a restroom break, we were 70 degrees Friday where I'm at, and this morning it snowed. So
Yep.
it's like, what
Yep.
in the world is going on?
We call that
crazy.
Wednesday.
Yeah. The seasons happen now in 3 or 4 days, not many months.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen,
Speaking
as
of
much fun as
places.
this is, I think we need to get the show going.
Sounds good.
You ready?
Oh, fine.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll talk more. Don't worry. I'll let you
We
guys
got a
talk
little
some
bit to
more in
talk
minute.
about.
But it's my turn to talk because it's the geography lesson of the week. This is the part of the show where you, the listener, get to write in and tell us who you are, where you're from, what's so special about that place, and your favorite class in Destiny. God knows it's not Warlocks. So this week, we've got a listener and a Derp fan member, Fluffy Fingers, who also is a streamer, and he hails from St. Paul, Minnesota. And he writes, "Hello from the land of 10,000 lakes. Well, technically it is 11,842 lakes over 10 acres, but I guess that just doesn't sound as cool, so they stuck with the Minnesota land of 10,000 lakes slogan. I am native to the Twin Cities area of 35 years. I grew up in the Outer Ring suburbs and throughout my life have lived both in Minneapolis and St. Paul. I currently live in North St. Paul and work in Minneapolis. Come and experience our traffic. It's a great way to get through those Destiny podcasts while driving 5 miles per hour. While St. Paul is great, South Minneapolis is king. Between the lakes, parks, breweries, food trucks, food avenue, arts, coffee shops, and copious amounts of people watching, South Minneapolis is a fun place to kill time in the summer. The Twin Cities, and Minnesota in general, is a great place to live. When it isn't the double-digit negatives of the frozen tundra, aka spring through fall, we have a ton of lakes to hang out at. I think 11,000 lakes. The cabin lifestyle is strong in Minnesota as we have 44,926 miles of shoreline in this state. Is that true? That's incredible. To put that in perspective, the total Pacific and Atlantic coastline in the lower 48 states is 37,588 miles. That is 7,338 miles less than what you can find in Minnesota. So finding a friend or family member with a cabin or campsite to escape city life is a pretty common tradition on the weekends. While escaping the city life is nice, the Twin Cities is still a pretty great place to be. We boast multiple awards for the healthiest city in the U.S., including the only U.S. city to make it on the International Bike Friendly list. Our music scene is pretty active as well. There are the greats like Prince, Bob Dylan, Soul Asylum, The Replacement, and even our very own Dirt fan member, Fugly88. The major record label greats are not the only ones making love to our eardrums here in the cities. The hip-hop record label Rhymesayers was founded by Slug and Ant from Atmosphere and is home to artists like Aesop Rock, Brother Ali, Evidence, Dilated Peoples, MF Doom, POS, Greaves, and many more. So stop on by and grab a beer, a bike, a beach, or a beat and hang out for a while. Let us show you what Minnesota Nice is all about. P.S. See you at the Dirt Mansion for GuardianCon 2017.
Wow.
Can I just step
That was a
in really
mouthful,
quick?
but that was awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to point out how awesome it is that they brought up Rhymesayers, because that's one of my favorite hip hop labels. And Murs, who's on that label, is actually a Twitch streamer and just got a world record for streaming 24 straight hours of rapping.
Oh,
It's just neat.
Wow.
Yeah.
glad
I watched
we
a
had
bunch
you
of
incredible.
for that fun fact.
What directory does that go in?
It's creative. There's a
Music,
musical section.
creative?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's pretty impressive.
That's how you do a
Well,
geography lesson right there.
He definitely made Minnesota sound way more interesting than I thought it was. So good job on your entry, Fluffy.
We'll
And,
put it on the map for our so far imaginary make believe Dirt Fam World Tour.
Yes. Got to stop by Minnesota.
You talked us into it.
Yep. And also, if you want to check out Fluffy, he's been working hard streaming Destiny and other things. I'm pretty sure it's twitch.tv/Fluffy Fingers. I need to check.
You check.
But look it up. He's on Twitter. He's in the Discord. Go check out that guy's stream.
I was going to say you check, and I'll remind them about this awesome little piece of material here.
Tell us, please.
Dirt Fam t-shirt, guys. teespring.com/derpfam. DRPFAM. 64 units sold. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
I think our goal was a little soft goal of 50. We didn't know if we'd quite sell that many, but look at that.
We definitely got
mugs,
it. Definitely
all
got
kinds
it.
of mugs out there now.
Dude, I get my mug, I think, like Wednesday. I can't wait. And then my t-shirt is coming in while I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so that's unfortunate. But I did see some people got them in, and they look pretty awesome.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. A couple have gotten
I'm
that
excited.
hoodie. A couple have gotten that hoodie also. It's so tempting.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I did. We got that snow coming,
There you
and
go.
I need a replacement for my hoodie really bad. So I saw this come up, and I said, "This is the one." And I got a sticker because I'm a sticker fan, and I thought I got a T-shirt. I don't know what I was doing the night that I ordered, but I apparently bought a jersey V-neck or something.
Oh, nice. You got to thank Cyborg for those V-necks.
Yeah.
I have no idea
V-neck
what I
is
ordered, but
clutch.
I'm excited.
The V-neck hits hard, I'm just saying.
Well, thanks,
it's not
Blue.
a deep V, it's like a shallow V, which is just
I'm not
really
yeah,
what
no,
makes
that's,
it look
that's
good.
The deep V gives away. When you're a big guy, deep V's do things to you.
Well, thanks, Blue. Thanks for supporting us so much. And you sold
Absolutely.
out.
And look,
problem.
Thanks to everybody
if you
else.
did buy
Supporting
one of
me.
those, if you did buy one of those shirts, please, I'll remind you again, tweet us or send us an email of a picture of you sporting that shirt,
Yes.
so we can do something fun with that.
Yes.
When folks get them in,
You can include
So
your
just
face,
the shirt.
face reveal
Like
if you
nothing
want.
else?
You can, but yeah, like Blue said, I think he's joking. But really, if you don't want to do a face reveal, you can just send us the shirt, or just whatever. However you feel you want to send it to us. We just like to
Stop
see you guys
giving them excuses to not show me their beautiful faces.
We'd love to see them. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to discourage, sending us a picture of your shirt if you'd rather not do a Dirt Fan face reveal. Cyborg.
You are literally the worst. It's the Fluffy Fingers
Ouch.
Twitch is twitch.tv/FluffyFingersMD.
There you go.
Because
Don't
his
forget the
clan
MD.
is Death RX. Death is our prescription. That's hardcore, dude.
Yeah.
Super hardcore.
Fantastic.
All right. Is that all the announcements this week?
That's it, dude. We won't keep them too long in this announcement portion. So we'll roll right into how was your reset?
Boom.
Guess first. Blue. Tell us
Oh,
all
me?
the other games you've been playing. No.
You're up.
Oh man, all the other games that I've been playing. Okay, I finished Bastion. I'm most of the way through
Ooh, good
Night
one.
in the Woods. I finished Resident Evil 7 tonight. I'm just about to finish Horizon Zero Dawn, and I did one Nightfall.
Nice.
When do you sleep and or work again?
I don't.
You
I
fit in
don't.
some
I
Destiny.
also
you fit in
yeah.
Nightfall.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
we
look
did
at that.
the one Nightfall, and I actually played today. I actually downtime today before the recording. I played some Crucible, and it was this is regarding reset. It was exciting to go back because I've always had a knack for just standard Crucible. Not when you get into anything sweaty, I fall apart. I am a disaster. But in regular Crucible, I'm a beast, and I don't know why I can't translate it. But I jump back in. And I'm really enjoying right now I can run around with a fusion rifle and still get ammo, which is cool. And B, auto rifles are back, baby, and it's amazing. I have this insanely stable Grim Citizen that I shred people with.
Nice.
And I just love it. It's one of those guns that I picked up when it's got counterbalance, perfect balance, and something else that makes it a really good weapon. I can't remember what it was now.
Very nice.
But it's just even at range, it just tracks people, and so I had a lot of fun. I love Supremacy, and Inferno Supremacy is the weekly, currently the one of the weekly not missions, but game types, and I actually had a lot of fun playing it and just crushing people. But I did notice a shocking amount of lag. I don't know why, but I never see this much lag, and it was everywhere.
Yes, I can also...
It's probably population,
Yeah.
don't you think?
I can agree with you. We ran into quite a bit of lag on our Trials night this week. Like 3 or 4 games in a row on a single card.
What was the Trials map this week?
It is Asylum.
Oh, man, that's my jam, and I missed it?
Yes.
Son of a...
I don't know why I get it confused with the one... What's the one called with the rotating middle area inside the building with the go back.
Anomaly.
Anomaly?
Yeah, Anomaly. I don't know why. Maybe it's obviously their names maybe are just slightly similar, but that's what I thought I was going into, and then I went into what is Asylum. But yeah, I don't mind that one either. You do like that one. I always forget that. You like that.
They are both equally despised.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah,
Anomaly
maybe.
is my favorite map.
Anomaly
I don't care what
is
anybody
awesome,
says.
dude. Spooky Trials
I don't know why
Anomaly.
people hate it.
Dude, Spooky Trials Anomaly is some of the most fun I've had in Trials in a long time.
Dude, it's funny you're bringing up Spooky Trials because I was just thinking this week that I would love for Inferno Trials to return.
Ooh, there
Yeah,
you go.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Because that was just fun. I know
It was a good
I
time.
know that some people hated it, but it was really fun.
Yeah, we were just talking about it again this weekend, and yeah, I definitely agree with you.
I don't think they could get away with it right now, though, because the population is so small. The people that are
Yeah.
still playing are the hardcore.
Very true.
And now I would probably come back for Spooky Trials because I too loved it, and I loved I ripped it right off Cathalion. He brought up hide and go seek, which is different than the other one, which is you hide and you cannot shoot until you make eye contact with the player. So if they run past you, you can't shoot them until they turn and see you.
Nice.
And I was like, yup, I'm doing that. And it was so much
Nice.
fun. And you could tell the people we were playing hated us. But if you just go in with a sense of like fun and whimsy, you have so much fun doing it. Like it was great.
Trials is a lot more fun when you just make yourself do that on a general basis because it can get so sweaty so quick. But it's funny to hear you mention all that auto rifle talk. I'm setting on like 3 or 4 auto rifles. I think I have 2 rolls on the Dead Orbit one. What's that one called? The Paleo.
Is it the Paleo Contact?
Paleo Contact,
I'm
yeah.
setting on like 2 of those. I still haven't tested, man. So you're making me want to jump online immediately and try those guys out.
And you
Paleo's
gotta,
good.
You gotta eyeball those red specters when they drop too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Those things when they drop, they have the chance. If you you just need stability. You don't need anything else on that gun.
Yeah.
So if you get yourself, especially if you get like a perfect balance counterbalance roll on that thing, it's I think it could be the best auto rifle even over those Suros and Monte
Really?
Carlo and those guys. It absolutely massacres people because it has so much impact and so much just everything about it is great. It's got range and impact. It just needs stability. So you get those perks, you're done.
Well, I'm setting on 1 or 2 Grim Citizens still too, I think, because for some reason those bounties, I think I get 10 Grim Citizens to every 1 Lord High Fixer, maybe. Like I get Grim Citizens like crazy. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. I wish I could get some. I think I've gotten 1 Lord High Fixer to drop this year and last year, and it was just the worst roll ever. And I'm still jealous because you've got some good Lord High Fixer action going, and I just really want one really bad. But
Well, someday you'll be able to
not
join the
happening.
club because I got an awesome Lord High Fixer that I got like first week. It was one of those I wanted it, but here's the thing though, I wanted a Shadow Price. That was my gun, and it took me
Yeah.
until after I don't know, it was probably December that I finally got
Yeah.
a Shadow Price.
I
So,
think
like,
it took me a month or two to get a Shadow Price to drop.
it was garbage.
as well.
The one I got too. Like I immediately made a YouTube video with it because I was like, "It's back!" I'm so excited. It was the worst roll I think I'd ever gotten on a gun. I couldn't kill anyone, and it was not. It was when auto rifles were garbage. So I was just like, "Okay, I'm just here to have fun."
Yeah, I still have my year one Shadow
Right.
Price, and it's not even a very great roll, but I just can't dismantle it. I've got to keep it.
Yeah, I
me
have,
too.
I have mine. What is the roll on your year 3 version? I guess we could call it that you have.
on my
Shadow Price.
New one. Yeah, your Shadow Price.
I gotta find it. My new
Okay,
Shadow
that's okay.
Price. It's nothing great.
It's
But it
just a
does the
Shadow
job.
Price. You at least have one
Yeah, it's
in your vault for year
Let's
3.
see. I
or
got
on
it
your
here. I got
character.
hip fire with counterbalance and small bore. So it's not bad.
Counterbalance is
Um,
great. That's good.
Yeah, but I mean my Grim Citizen. Oh yeah, it's Grim Citizen Rodeo, counterbalance, perfect balance. It
Oh,
is
that
a
thing's
laser
stable.
beam.
Yeah. Very nice.
Nice.
Well,
Very nice.
for me this week, mine's quick. I also bought Horizon Zero Dawn. Still extremely slowly playing through that game, the time or two that I've been able to get on. Went ahead and bought all the things and decided to buy Ghost
All the
Recon
things.
Wildlands because after watching several videos and playing it a little bit, I realized it kind of looked like SOCOM. So instant purchase for me. Even though it's nothing like that, it's an open world game. It's actually pretty neat, pretty fun. I haven't sunk a lot of time into it, but I also fit in, 1 or 2 matches of Rumble before starting a Trials card. And that's it. I ran a trial. I
You're
think
staying dedicated to that Rumble life.
yeah,
man.
I'm
Proud of
trying.
you.
Well, and I played one night this week, and pretty much I think one night on Destiny, maybe just all together this past week. And I jumped in. I'm like, I got to at least play 1 or 2 Rumble matches, and then we jumped in Trials. And like I said, it was fun. It was a good time. Streamed a little bit, but I think I am almost certain 3 or 4 games we ran into some pretty laggy lobbies, which can be very painful in Trials or period sometimes. But other than that, we had a great time. It's always fun. Anomaly is painful in that top center area if you don't win the first round. We decided this weekend too. It's been shotgun first round and then switch to sidearm second round and beyond.
Yeah. Pretty quick.
Yep, especially this map. Run up into center B area, jump straight up in the air above the door, and try to get you a shotgun kill or 2. But
Right.
this map, though, man, if you don't
You
win
see
the
any,
first round, it's just painful after that. Like, if you don't win the first round, you got to either switch it up quick or you got to make something happen fast.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Was there any like invective icebreaker type stuff going on?
I saw a couple
heavily,
icebreakers.
or-
Definitely No Lands, of course. It's a great map for No Land. But still just, the same thing we've been seeing for the last couple weeks. More so No Land than Icebreaker this weekend.
I'm just surprised nobody's busting out invective, especially on
Yeah, I don't think I saw a single invective,
some
man.
of those maps. I
Yeah.
guess
I
maybe
think-
because the shorter rounds, because they're 90 seconds now,
Yeah.
doesn't give you too much time.
Well, the other thing too is someone did the math, and you actually get ammo faster, I believe, through crates from the
Oh, okay.
invective. So I think it's actually it makes no sense.
Okay.
I will say I got killed
maybe
by a
they
found
need to-
verdict today. It was awesome.
Maybe they need to tweak it. You got killed by a found verdict in
I did.
Crucible.
It was a guy. He was. I'm pretty sure he was making a YouTube video. He was wearing all Vault of Glass gear. He was a Titan. He was using Vex
Oh,
with
yeah.
the glass, and he was using found verdict. It was pretty impressive.
That's awesome. I have mine still. Dude, you just made me super hyped for year 3 found verdict, because that was my jam back in the day.
Dude, Vision of Confluence was fun in PvP back in
Oh.
the day.
Praetorian
we'll get into that.
Oh, yeah. Still have my
We'll
Praetorian
start
foil.
talking about VOG weapons in a few
Hold
minutes
up.
here.
Hey,
Slow down, gentlemen.
What'd you fit in this week, Cyborg? wrap up this reset?
I did some Crucible. I did the Nightfall. I did. I logged into my PS4 guy and I got some bounties, and then
Logged off.
I tried to start playing and I got distracted, and I realized I hadn't played on my PS4 guy in like a month, and I got a lot of. I realized pretty much that there would be no point in me trying to complete this upcoming guide or book. What are they called? The books.
Oh, the book.
The,
Record book?
The
record book on PS4, because I would be so dejected in my
No,
progress.
Pick one console to get the book done on. Don't do
Yeah, I'm
both.
obviously gonna
Yeah.
do it on my Xbox.
I thought about
main
that too,
because, not gonna.
My Xbox characters are just like, once I hit max level, get me into those PvP activities, and that's pretty much the gist of it.
But I spent some time trying to clear out some vault space, man. It's
I'm about to
commodity.
start that project, dude.
And we got something to talk about that in news. But clear your vaults out if you want some space for stuff, because you're gonna need
You're
it.
gonna need it. Yeah.
So I was having to get a little bit ruthless. I deleted a Red Spectre that was good, and
How
some other
dare you? I
decent
just
gun-
talked about that.
I know,
a
but
slap in the face.
it was like a choice between some equally or better rolled autos, and that one just had to go.
They're so
Sorry.
rare.
Pictured,
to find a
he
good
pictured
roll
your
on, though.
face on
It wasn't awesome.
while he was dismantling
it was an okay roll, and so okay couldn't cut it when you have 2 slots open in your vault. Like, okay doesn't cut it anymore. I've got to clear stuff out.
Now everybody's gonna just say to themselves as they dismantle Red Spectres for the next couple weeks, "Take that, Blue Ranger."
That's right.
I'm just gonna get
Everybody
tweets with pictures and
tweet
videos of people
gifs
breaking down.
dismantling Red Spectres to @I'mTheBlueRanger,
Yes.
please.
Oh,
That would
please
just make my
don't! I'll
week.
be so sad for you. It won't hurt me as much as it'll hurt you. Oh, they're so good.
It'll
They're so
hurt you.
good. No,
It will hurt.
no.
I feel like now more than ever, it's always fun to jump in our favorite game, Destiny, but it's a good time to balance it with another game right now if you haven't already done that.
Certainly so. There's a lot of games to play right now. I'm also trying to get through Deus Ex.
Still working on that?
Mankind Divided. Yeah, it's super slow, man. This is one of those games where I just look and find.
That's what I'm
everything
doing
to
in
do,
Horizon,
and
dude. I'm barely out of the opening area. Yep.
very slow going. But I already decided when I finish that, I got to go finish Shadow of Mordor, which I got into the second area and had to take a break because I was like, God, this game is taking all my time, and I need to take a break. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to finish that next. So hopefully next week, something. Yeah.
There you go. Sounds like a plan.
Let's talk news.
It's time for news.
News. This week at Bungie, we revealed the next live event in Destiny. So there was a Age of Triumphs reveal stream. In case you missed it, we're going to talk about it in the main topic.
All kinds of stuff.
So we will save that discussion for a little while. And then they mentioned next week we're talking about the weekly rituals, and we'll play a strike bathed in light.
It was interesting because they touched on the weekly rituals more than I thought they would in this first stream. So I'm curious to see how long this
Right.
next one is.
Yeah,
We'll see.
there's something unique coming, obviously. And then they said the week after that we're showing off rewards and talking about how they'll impact the sandbox. So originally they just mentioned the sandbox would be the third week, but they're also going to be talking about rewards that week. So
They said, wait a second. Everybody thinks we're going to do an hour-long sandbox stream. We've got to throw another keyword in there.
let me pad this out
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's not going to be that long.
And then an official date, March 28th, is when we actually get to see this content drop. So if you're wondering when it's coming, now you know.
There you go.
So then they talk about something very notable in the What's Up Doc, which is the great
Up,
part
Doc?
about player support. And they have an Age of Triumph FAQ. Some very important questions. Will I receive credit on the commemorations page of the Age of Triumph record book for participating in previous Destiny releases if I've deleted a character? Yes, but only on the same account. Will I receive credit for participating in previous Destiny releases if I've upgraded from a legacy console? Yes, but only if you successfully completed the account import process. Here's the big one. You ready for this, Arrow?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How'd you feel about
Give
this?
Me a second.
Go ahead.
Will there be any increase to vault space? Hell no.
What, man? It's like they saw my tweet. I think we're going to get vault space announced today. No.
And they drive the nail in with the following collections added in previous Destiny updates for the final storage solutions implemented for Destiny 1. Exotic weapons, exotic armor, ship shaders, emblems, emotes, holiday items, bandit quests.
In all
As
fairness,
if we
dude.
weren't aware of it.
Yeah, just to rub it in. In all fairness, after I saw this, I'm like, our vault is rather large compared to what it used to be. But
Don't defend this.
dude, giving us all this extra loot from all of these raids that is going to be awesome, and I only have one slot in my weapons and one slot in my armor, and all my characters' inventory is completely full. What am I going to do? I've got to delete those red specters. What am I going to do?
Sorry,
Oh my
Red
gosh.
Specters.
Dude.
Can't. It's a travesty.
I mean, all three of my postmasters are full. Even with my OCD brain, I've just accepted my postmaster is Vault 2.0 for me. But now, I've got to take it to another level. I've already done like 2 passes through my vault and only made myself like 10 slots. I've got to get serious about this.
Yep.
I'll
You've
be
already
honest,
started
I'm
to
looking
make
at my
some
vault right now. I have a last extremity in
really
here, and I'm just
tough
like, yeah, no,
choices.
I could definitely clean this.
Yeah. Dude, I have a Byronic hero that has Icarus, and the only reason I kept it is because I finally got a hand cannon to drop with Icarus. I'm like, I'm keeping this thing.
Can I bring up Icarus just really quickly here?
Go for it.
Every podcast and streamer that I've listened to has been like, Icarus is one of those things. And when I get a drop with Icarus, I'm like, bleh, get it out of here.
Yeah.
And everyone agrees with me. I'm like, oh man, I got exhumed in Icarus. And people are like, ugh! Like,
Yeah.
so
You got to have
when
that
I
other
Only on
listen
perk.
to
hand
the-
cannons.
Only
though.
on hand cannons.
It's only on hand
Yeah,
cannons.
dude.
No,
You jump-
even on hand cannons, I'm like, I'd much rather have any other perk than Icarus.
No, dude,
don't
I want
get
it. I want one. I want a decently rolled Luna or Lord High Fixer or Finala, any of those with Icarus for my hunter. Specifically my hunter with my bones of AO. That's what I want it for. It's very particular. I don't even know that I would use it much on my Titan. I want it for my hunter. I've been running my hunter still pretty regularly. But Terry, our good old Dirt Fam buddy, he got one to drop a while back, and he made me want one even more. He was doing some crazy aerial shots with it, but whatever, personal preference. You just dismantle the crap out of those things.
I just can't wrap my head around it. And I know that there's people who are like, oh yeah, if you're jumping and you just hip fire this thing, it just hits every time. It's great. And I'm just like, I don't play like that. If I'm that close, they're dead or I'm dead.
I will say with the latest patch to hand cannons, I feel like the initial shot on every single hand cannon feels like it has Icarus, because I jump up in the air and still land that thing almost every time, which is amazing. So that's a nice little change. But
I wouldn't know about these things.
why?
I don't have any good hand cannons with Icarus, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You should get a good Lord High Fixer, man.
Yeah, you should get you one.
Yeah.
You should get you one.
Yeah, man. Let me just go out and do that, guys, right now.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
See ya next week.
And still, you don't have one.
So this week, there were 2 Bungie bounties. Players from Brazil, they had a Game Play RJ and BRKSEDU. They were the Bungie bounties. Unfortunately, if you're not in Brazil, you probably weren't going to meet with those guys. But if you were, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
And then we got some movies of the week. This one was really cool. I saw before it came up and I saw it like as not as a video, but they had them as a imager source with GIFs, and it was really cool.
This first one
to watch. Yeah,
dude, I
Light
just
from
watched
which
it
no
tonight,
darkness can hide.
and I had to tweet it out because it reminded me of like it's like a unofficial 007 intro. Like it really could be one. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Did you check this out, Blue?
No, I haven't.
Gotta watch
I
the-
haven't.
watch
I actually
it.
haven't caught
Go
the
watch it.
movie of the week in a while.
Yeah,
It's
watch this one.
basically all of the supers in darkness. So all you see is just the Guardian and the light
I
of
love
the super,
the
and it looks pretty cool.
Oh, that's neat.
musical
Okay.
choice
This would be,
and the layering with the
This would be so
Animation.
awesome as like a video on a stream, like a segue or something.
very cool.
Could use this. Just saying.
How do they do that?
Just
That's
saying.
really neat.
It's pretty awesome.
So then they mentioned Deej and Cosmo were going to be at PAX East. That happened.
Yeah, I saw pictures
Yeah.
everywhere.
A lot of cool pictures. A lot of people got to meet up. There was a panel about the Destiny community at PAX East. I don't know if they put those up later on YouTube or anything, but I'm going to look for it. That was supposed to be awesome. So if you're at PAX East, I'm sure you had a great time.
I
You
bet
got to
you
meet
did.
some cool people. Not trying to rub it in. I'm sorry, Blue.
Hey, I've been once. It's already been like 7 years ago. But
Dude, I'm saying next year we are going to a PAX.
it's awesome, dude.
Hell or high water.
It was
Because
really
we were
cool.
supposed to go to PAX South this year and it didn't happen.
It's a cool thing.
If you paid attention to your Twitter or YouTube feed, you may have seen a trailer
Another teaser.
for the Age of Triumph's weekly ritual, which that stream comes up the 15th, Wednesday.
We'll be
at
hosting.
10 a.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yes.
10 a.m. Pacific. There we go.
12 Central for
I
us.
can't time zone.
It's hard. It's hard.
If you want to watch it, come watch it with us. Twitch.tv/Destiny Reset. We'll host the stream. We had quite a few people
we
show
did,
up
yeah. It's a good
this
time.
week and had a great time talking about the stream while it was going on. And I'm interested to see what Daybreak strikes.
Dude, it was
are.
funny. I had to watch it again because I'm waiting for like when it's like Daybreak strikes and it pops up. You know, that's how I said it to myself. And then it shows a couple Guardians, and then I'm like waiting for the next thing to pop up, and then it's like, see you
No,
Wednesday.
that was the main
That's
thing.
it. I'm like, okay, well, these Daybreak strikes must be pretty cool then.
Obviously, that's the, I guess, would it be called the antonym for Nightfall?
Yeah.
So the working theory is that this is basically like a mayhem strike, which could be amazing.
Could be a lot
What
of
do you
fun.
think, Blue? What do you think?
I'm all about it. I actually only I missed a lot of the stream last week because hurricane force winds were knocking my power on and off. So I was
story.
reading through it, and all I could find on this was a little bit that said, so they're spicing up Nightfalls. And I was like, I have a little bit of stock in Nightfalls right now, and I wouldn't mind a little bit of jazzing up of the medium. So I'm 100% on board with this. 100%.
If
don't even care what
it
they do.
doesn't change Nightfalls and they're called Daybreak strikes, would you consider concurrent with Nightfellas, Dayfellas?
We'd be the day boys. You can't do both.
day
You got the night fellas and the day boys.
Oh, boy. Man.
All
Or
right.
we could go like
You're
It's
out of
Always
control.
Sunny with some day men.
There you go.
Dayman. Dayman.
Just be sure to keep inviting me when you do the No Land. The No Land.
Dayman.
I think now we should go do a strike, like an old playlist with all of our original, what are they? We just
Gear?
Shadow Price.
Like year one.
All of us
Year
running
one
our
gear.
year one Shadow
do it.
Price and like a year one strike. I think that would be cool.
Let's run some rock strikes, guys. Remember that?
Yeah,
And
Dragon
then let's go
Strike.
play
Strike.
some
Doesn't exist
PvP with our
anymore.
fixers and Cyborg. You just use whatever you
Yeah.
have, man.
Just whatever you got, Cyborg.
Sorry, dude. Whatever you have, man. Just bring whatever you want. We know what we're bringing.
Let's talk about the Age of Triumph.
He's moving right along.
Stream reveal week 1. This is time for a segue. Let's get to the main topic, boys. You ready for this?
Hey,
We have plenty of stuff to talk about.
So,
What do we have?
here's the main bullet points. You want to do you want me to just run you through this and then we can commentate on it?
This is like the PvE Guardian's dream you're about to run down for us, dude.
Yes.
Do it.
Thank you to Ice Devil Gray dash Sama on Reddit for this wonderful compilation.
There you go.
Yep. And also to Rise of Bacon, Dr. R3D, and Mr. Woodhouse. Release date, March 28th. Light level is not increasing, which they brought up a good reason for this, because they said we don't want to just artificially pump a new number out there so everybody has to get new gear.
That's
right?
like your
I agree with that.
Yeah, your initial reaction's like, what? We're not going to have anything to, but it's like, really, I mean, do we really want
I was
that?
completely fine
Yeah, it's
with
like,
it.
do we really want that? It'd be more fun almost as an afterthought just to jump in and do all this great stuff and not have to grind to get max light again.
Yeah. It's all about just getting new gear or, old gear at new levels. Because all raids are being brought up to light level 390.
They're doing what you didn't think they would do.
They are doing what I hoped they would do, which is weekly featured raids,
So cool.
which will have all the challenges available, including new challenges for raids that didn't have challenge before.
That's pretty
so
exciting.
they're going to be, kicking off with Crota's End, and they didn't really mention why they're starting with that one, but
New,
they're going to be bringing these out 1 week at a time, so they're not dropping all of them at once. We get them.
good.
Crota's End.
yeah.
Crota's End, then we're getting Vault the next week, and then I don't know if they're doing Kingfall week 3, and then I guess
Prediction.
back to the other thing.
Prediction. Challenge
Yep.
mode in Crota's End. They really want to get super nostalgic, and they're going to bring back the ammo glitch, and we're all taking our No Land Beyonds in there.
Yes.
Heavy ammo glitch.
Oh,
Dude, I'm totally expecting like Crota with a huge bullwhip made of an Ethernet cord.
There you go. That would be awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be fantastic.
He's
One
like,
of my
unplug
favorite-
this.
One of my favorite things from all of this, though, is when they posted all the pictures about this once they announced it, and they posted the sword bearer. And
Sword
every-
bearer?
Yeah, they were showing all the sword bearers for
Sword bear.
Sword bear?
Correct.
Is that a bearer?
I say bearer.
Sword.
I'm with you,
Sword
Randy.
bear.
It's the ring bearer at a wedding, right? So it would be a sword bearer.
Sword bearer.
Sword bear.
Oh man, let's not do this.
Anyway, the sword guy is who they posted it, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm so excited! Crota looks awesome!"
Yeah,
It's like, whoops.
that was pretty funny. It did make me do a double take at first glance, and I was like, "Oh wait, it's the sword bearer."
This is gonna turn into an issue. I can tell.
There's no issue to be had.
Nice Easter egg for our listeners.
Here's some of the things that you can expect from participating in these activities. New rewards from old raids, such as new raid sparrows and ghosts in raids that did not previously have those. That somehow is the most exciting thing.
Dude, can
that
we
I
get
got out of
sparrows with R2
Dude,
boost, please?
of a vault ghost. Yes, please.
Yes. I still run my time
If it
breaker
doesn't look like a
Sparrow, though,
freaking
you know?
harpy, if it does not look like a harpy, I'm gonna like bust at the seam.
What was
I'm gonna
that?
lose it.
What was that Sparrow for Crota that I only saw like one person get as many times as I ran that?
the grave robber.
Grave
robber,
robber.
there you go.
Would you
Did
like
that
me
one
to show
have?
mine? I have one.
Did that one have
Yeah, I
like
have one.
the boost like the Timebreaker does?
It's just like Timebreaker with a different color scheme.
Isn't it like jet black too?
It's like green and
Oh, it's green. That's right. It looks. I think the thumbnail maybe is
gray?
black. Well,
Yeah.
anyways,
it's ugly.
more sparrows
but
with the
it's
boost.
fast.
Well, so is Timebreaker. You know, it's like that maroon and gold.
Right.
Anyways, moving on. What else we got?
So, armor, and I'm assuming weapons, I'm assuming this is rewards, is light level enabled, meaning it will drop. If you're 400, you get items at 400 light, which is great. So, yeah, get ready for 400 light Abyss Defiant for 7 times from each raid of Crota's End. And, but hey, you know, Black Spindle coming back, holla. That was always a big loved gun, right?
Abyss
You
Defiant was
realize
cool
they
too, though.
nerfed it like crazy, right?
Yeah, I have. I'm making a joke here, dude.
I'm all right. It was
As
good
much as
talking
you
to you
guys
guys. Have a
hang
great
out,
night.
as much as you guys
I'll
hang
see
out, I
you
would
guys
think
later.
you could sense that.
Let me
Okay,
know
well-
how the show goes. I'll see you all.
While we're on
hey,
this
dude, while he
topic-
stepped away,
Okay,
let's talk about
just first thing that comes up. Out of all the raids, you're gonna get a piece of gear at 400 light. What are you the most excited about? Arrow Knight, go.
I can do a weapon. Are you gonna? You're making me pick
Yes, it could be a weapon. Go.
Fatebringer.
Okay.
Yep.
Blue.
Fatebringer, but I don't think it's coming back.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
They showed it.
Oh, did
Well,
they?
they did show it. They did show
my
it, like, in
power
a
was
clip.
in and out the whole time. I didn't get to see the whole thing. And I
yeah,
never
it was
got
like
to
a
go back
short
and
clip.
rewatch it.
They showed it
Everyone's
in the
assuming
trailer.
that it'll be back. Yeah.
I'm just not convinced they're going to bring everything back because they've made such a point of being like, hey, we're not
Yeah.
going to have any, like, basically, one of the reasons we love Vault of Glass, the Vault of Grass,
Yeah, Vault of
Vault
Grass
of
is
Glass.
awesome, dude.
Ass.
is
Gotta
because
keep that mode down,
it's, they, anyway, is because the weapons, and I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, you just haven't played it enough during year one. They were broken, all of them. They were so broken. They were all such good weapons, all of them, and they're not.
But you
gonna be
remember
what
they tuned
were.
a lot of them.
Yeah.
They tuned a lot of
But
them.
everybody
before.
just wanted to use those because why would you not use an elemental primary if you could?
They were insanely powerful. Like the machine gun during the oracles and stuff.
Corrective measure.
Corrective measure just ended things. And if you didn't have a Galahorn, my brain is losing it. The rocket launcher was phenomenal. Like it just every weapon in the Vault of Glass
Vengeance.
was
It was amazing.
perfect. Yes, he's in vengeance.
But you got to keep in mind though that all those weapons have been subjected to the balance passes that have been made since then. And just because they were good then doesn't mean that they're good now. If you bring it out, you'll see the differences.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I mean, a Fatebringer would be great because that I never put that gun away because I played a lot of PvE in year one. I didn't like Crucible
here,
because
man.
it was, frankly, it was too fast paced. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like most people, which is why they changed it. But I never put the Fatebringer away. I never put it away. Once I got it, I don't understand. I still have more auto rifle kills than anything else. So good on you, Shadow Price. But once I got that Fatebringer, I never put it away. And that's why every week I do at least one run for a Fatebringer with the Imago loop.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, you're going to get a Fate Bringer once again, if I had to guess. The big question, gentlemen, is are they going to bring these guns back with elemental damage?
Yeah, that's the question.
No.
Will they
That's
do
the
it?
question.
They made a very specific decision to not do any more of those, except with the exception of Zalo. But I don't know, man. If they wanted to go full blown nostalgia factor, why not?
Don't be surprised, though, if they're, I won't say nerfed, if they're neutered.
Well,
Don't get your hopes up.
I got to modify my answer too. A Fatebringer, and also this will hopefully allow me to finally get my Titan Vault of Glass helm that I accidentally dismantled that I've mentioned before on the show. So, what about you, Cyborg? What do you want?
Vision
Vision.
of Confluence.
Oh, that's a good one, man. There's so many. Okay, I have 3 now.
That was my favorite, probably, of all the
Dude, Vision
raid
was
weapons.
awesome. Yeah.
Was Vision of Confluence. I mean,
Okay. Can I pose
just
something to
Bay.
you guys then? We all
Sure.
said Vault of Glass weapons. Crota's
Yeah.
End.
yeah.
If you had to pick one from Crota's End, Arrow.
Dude, I like the Abyss Defiant. I got that on my first pass in that raid.
It's a good auto rifle.
Yeah.
Cyborg.
Hand of Crota.
This is a really,
That was is that the right name?
yeah. That's the hand cannon, the void
Yeah.
hand cannon. Yeah,
I
That
did
was
have a
awesome.
period of time where I used that quite a bit too. Yeah.
Because it was void and
Yeah.
it had a decent mag. I mean, it was not like a AAA tier, but it was solid. You know,
Yep.
it was just solid.
What about you, Blue?
Swordbreaker. That shotgun wrecked
Dude,
things.
yeah, I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. Yeah, that thing dropped
shotgun
me so many
wrecked
times.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they were
Swordbreaker
so
was clutch.
generous from Vaulted Glass to Crota. Like, there's so
Yeah.
many drops.
But Black Spindle, man,
Yeah, true,
Black Spindle.
true.
But
I
they
got that
nerfed it
early on, so I
It's
didn't
just
feel
not
it.
the same anymore. It's just not the same weapon that it used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
Well-
What was it? Oversoul Edict. Like, it was like a rumored to have
yeah.
like an 80% drop chance at the after the Abyss. I guess like there's
Yeah,
such
I
a
believe
high
it was
drop
done left
rate.
and right.
Yeah,
it was a good pulse.
It
Though.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good that they made it into a new weapon that became the meta.
Oh, those pulses. It happens
Pretty
too often.
much. Pretty much. So another thing to be very excited about, and okay, this is the note on these notes. I'm not 100% on this from when I was watching the stream, but the note says all raids are going to have new armor sets and ornaments.
Yes.
From what I understood, there would be a. Here's what I think it's going to be: is the existing armor set with basically skins as ornaments. I might
know
be
there's
wrong
a new
about that.
helmet for Vault of Glass.
Then maybe it's just straight up new armor sets. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to determine what you're getting. I guess if you're doing that version, you're just getting the new armor with ornaments.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
we shall see.
But they are going to be making some slight changes to the raids. They mentioned that they're not trying to rework them, so you're not going to see takeified or Siva-fied raids, but some things they kind of did basically what they called a director's cut, which is okay. For instance, when you're in the vault prior to the Templar, they made some of the sections a little shorter.
Oracles
so it's just
won't seem like they take 45 minutes.
it's just going to be streamlined, and they did on all the raids kind of make a pass to make them more condensed.
Can't cheese the oracles
So-
anymore.
That'll be interesting to see that on all fronts. There are things that they made a very big point. I can't even talk, guys.
It's late.
They made it a point to point out that there's going to be things that they change that they're not going to put in the patch notes, and they want us to find.
That's cool.
It was very vague.
They like to do that.
I don't know what it means, but that's cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
So that was the main stuff, and then they showed off a lot of the record book.
Yeah, they were. I mean, their whole angle was to sell this record book, wasn't it? Of course, everybody's
big
sitting
time.
there until they finally said it. They're like, "Do I have to do everything again?"
Big time. and I don't think we have to go through all the
Right.
pages of the record book, but there's some cool stuff.
Yes.
There's emblems to be earned.
A lot is retroactive. It will
Yeah.
know what you
There's
did.
a lot of stuff that it'll be completed in for you when you load in, because it's stuff that counts the past, but there's also stuff that's new that you have to do once you get it. In the end, the reward for hitting rank 7 in the book is a t-shirt offer from Bungie. They showed it off. It's got the Age of Triumph crest on the front, on the sleeve, similar to Moments of Triumph from last year. You can get it personalized with your gamer tag.
I couldn't help but notice.
That's cool.
What did you
I like
guys-
the way the shirt looked.
Yeah, the shirt was cool. It's just the simple logo on the front. What did you guys think about just emblems as a reward for the book and nothing else? I guess maybe they think they're throwing in, if we truly are getting new armor and stuff on all the raids, there's enough there that they don't need to give us anything but emblems for the book. It's more of like you completed this, here's your emblem.
I mean,
know-
it's a live event, and everyone is getting exactly what they've wanted
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
So if anybody says all we got were emblems, you just get out
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I'm just curious, I don't want to lead into, we can talk about this some other time, but I've got many more thoughts on the Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 transition after Cyborg and I have talked a little bit, but it's just kind of interesting that, whatever they give us, according to them, we're not going to be able to carry anyway. So it was just interesting to see that they're, my immediate thought was like, maybe we can carry emblems over. Maybe they already know there's going to be emblems in Destiny 2 and these will be valuable to us. But
they've straight up said that that's not the case.
Right, yeah, that's not happening. Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting that the only reward we get in the book, I'm not complaining, I just thought it was interesting that emblems was our reward, and also a t-shirt we can buy from them if we complete it.
It was pointed out on Twitter, though, that with the second this book drops, so let's assume Destiny 2 is coming to September, which I think is safe. We're looking from, let's just say April, because it's the very end of March. You have from April till September to enjoy these emblems, which someone pointed out.
It's like 5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone pointed out that that's longer than most content cycles have been.
Yeah.
So anyone who's complaining about why would I bother doing this? Well, then why did you bother doing Rise of Iron? And why did you bother doing the April update? Why did you bother doing the... You could take that same argument all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm actually not even trying to dive into that argument. I just thought it was interesting that they chose for completing this roundabout, like, closure to Destiny 1. I just thought it was interesting. In every other record book, we saw, like, a ghost or a piece of armor or this, at least the last. I just thought it was interesting. In this one, they just decided to give us emblems. That's all. I'm not leading into any deeper conversation other than that.
I guess because all the other stuff that we're getting that is new is going to be in the raids. So there's going to be so much gear that you're getting from specific activities that I was like, well, I guess this makes sense because what are they going to make? Like, oh, there's another armor set just for the
book,
record book.
Yeah.
I don't.
And that's all. That was a surface question. There was no deeper meaning to that other than what you guys thought about it just being emblems.
Are you sure?
I'm totally certain. It would be cool though, however, I did think it would be cool, if they didn't already confirm fully that we weren't getting anything in Destiny 2, but the way our character looks, it would be neat if you did unlock a gear set in this book of fully completing out your Destiny 1 experience. Like if you unlocked something that allowed you, and we don't know what this is. They say they're going to do stuff for veteran players and all that good stuff. We won't get into that, but something that, a gear set that you got in Destiny 2. That would be kind of cool. That'd be a neat little thing. Hey, do your book. But, then you might have people ranting and raving because they just started playing and they can't.
Well, they're going to have to do something because they have said that there's going to be some way that they commemorate for veteran players. Right. We just don't know, what
yet.
The mechanism is going to be.
Right. Okay.
Know?
Sorry.
There's going to be something that there's no way.
There's going to be a ton. I have full faith in Bungie.
But
there's going to be plenty.
You know why it can't be the record book?
Yeah.
Because for those players that
just
dropped off 3 months ago and they're not coming back for this, and they get into Destiny 2, and if the mechanism was the record book, they'd be like, wait, I played for 2.5, 3 years, and just because I didn't do this dang record book, I don't get blah, blah. It's going to come off like tenure, or it's going to be something.
Bungie, dude, all the different angles they have to think about, all the different types of players.
Oh, totally.
I
feel for them.
Though. I struggle with the lack of exclusivity in this game, because one of the biggest issues that I had, because I did actually get to catch this in the video while my power was dropping in and out, was that you don't have to complete even 90% of the book to get everything. It's like 75% of the book completed, you get everything. And I sit there and go, I disagree with that. There should be one emblem that says you have done it all. And this is coming from a guy who will not be able to complete everything. I will not be able to complete the collection section. And I know this about myself. Cyborg was there the other night when I was like, I got to start buying ships. And I know that that's still not going to be good enough. I'm not going to have every ship, every emblem, every shader. I'm not. but there's people who do. There's people who have worked hard at that, and I think that they need to be rewarded for that. I think that if you have filled out every single node in that book, that you deserve an emblem that should be recognized in Destiny 2, saying, because one of the nodes, and I was kind of bothered that this wasn't a node, I played on day 1. That should have been a node. There was one that was like, I played, they talked about it briefly, and there's a node that's something
between
to the degree
activity A and
exactly.
expansion B.
There should have been one I played on day 1. I was patient 0 in this zombie outbreak that was Destiny. And I deserve recognition for that because, admittedly, I'm one of those people, and I would love to have that node be hit because I've said I'm a day 1 Guardian as long as I bought the game the day it came out. I didn't pre-order, I didn't beta, I didn't alpha. I was like, I'm not going to play this game. And the day it came out, I couldn't help myself. I bought it and played it, and I never looked back. And I just sort of, the fact that they made this so fluffy and so froofy and so soft and padded for everybody to get what they want kind of upsets me a little bit because there are hardcore players, hardcore is not a fluffy, froofy, happy-go-lucky term. It's people who every week go to the lighthouse on every character and help their friends, and people who raid over and over and over again, and people who've been playing every day since launch, and they're not getting special recognition. And I think that is an oversight from Bungie because those hardcore players, although they make up a very small amount of the population in the game, they are very important. They are the lifeblood within the community. They drive the message boards. They drive Bungie forums. They drive Twitch streams and YouTube videos and Twitter conversations. They are the people who are a part of all of that and give feedback, and they're not getting recognition because they want to appeal to everyone. And I think that is a shortcoming in this record book.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, they definitely could find a happy medium. I mean, there's nothing wrong with throwing out a few little nods to those players. I mean, we know, again, they said they were going to acknowledge veteran players in Destiny 2, however they're going to do that, but you want them to take it even a step further and say, this Guardian played on day 1, and they're going to get a special whatever for that. In Destiny
Shouldn't they,
2.
though?
No,
you
I agree.
bought the game the day it came out, and you logged in 2.5 years later.
And I don't think, nobody should be upset about it either. I mean, it's just, it's one of those things. I agree. I like where you're going with it.
It goes into an entire philosophy that's become evident as they've, steered the ship away from the vanilla game, that things have become, I don't want to say watered down, but more casual friendly over time, and the reward systems have become the same way, and the exotic reward system became the same way, and the gear obtainable through Iron Banner, through trials, and everything else became the same way. So we've slowly but surely moved towards a more rewarding experience.
More welcoming, yeah.
But the cost of that is there's less for the 4% of players that play the most to go after.
Well, you got to admit, they've also stuck to their guns with the way Trials is set up, and, like, for example, no matchmaking for raids. So, I mean, that is a couple aspects that they haven't.
There's a couple things they've stuck to their guns on. They even turned it back on Trials with the reward
bounties,
packages.
Yeah, they tried a little layer of it.
They made things a little more exclusive, where you had to get to the lighthouse to get certain things, or you had to get a certain number of wins to get certain things, which some people weren't too happy about, and it did have an effect on the player base, and that's something that they have to think through. But I've said it, Blue's saying it now, a lot of other people have said it. There just needs to be another layer that they build in for the 1% or whomever, whatever percentage that is, that achieve the highest, that were there from day 1, that play the most, whatever it is, that there's things that only they can obtain, that only they can earn, to make so that they feel further rewards than the average player. And I don't think there's a problem with it. I don't see I don't see an issue with rewarding those players at that level. Like, we could be called hardcore Destiny gamers, even though we're not hardcore players in reality. We're actually play fairly casual compared to the hardcore. But if there was something where somebody went flawless like 250 times, like, I would be completely okay with the guy that achieved that getting that.
Right.
And I would not be sad about it or salty, you know?
Yep.
So,
no, I agree.
I don't know.
No, I think
That's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. I like where you guys are going with that. Let's move on. Hit us with these, Cyborg.
So, what? I guess we could kind of wrap up the rest of this, but what do you guys think about overall about the path of what we're getting from this live event? That's kind of my final task, I guess, in driving this topic home is, what do you guys think overall about what we're getting?
I mean, my final thoughts on the stream, I mean, I was excited, but I feel like I hope they have a little bit more up their sleeve than, I mean, it is really exciting to get all these raids back, but it just, I don't know. I don't know how to sum up my thoughts. I feel like we're going to get quite a bit more from these next couple of streams to really wrap it up and make it a pretty substantial live event. I mean, don't get me wrong. The work and to bring all these raids back is fantastic. I just hope, I hope there's little nuggets in this live event, whether it be little secret here or there, or the very unlikely Destiny 2 nod of some sort of story or something. But I don't know.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Anyways, Blue, what do you think, man?
I actually have a bit of a qualm, so to speak, with what's happening. In that, what I'm seeing happen here is I'm excited like everyone else. If you've been listening, if you're this far to the podcast, I'm sure you've realized that I am equally as excited to go back and play Vault of Glass and, to a lesser extent, Crota's End. I'm not going to pretend like it was an amazing raid and that I'm excited to go back to it. I'm not going to pretend. But for me, I'm struggling with the fact that when I purchased this game 2.5 years ago, I purchased with the what are they called? Season Pass, the game that included Vault of Glass, and with the Season Pass, Crota's End. And now I'm just getting them back 2.5 years later. And people have said to me, well, I bring this up on my stream over and over again, well, you could have played them. They never took them away. And I respond over and over again with, then why aren't we? Because they're not relevant. They aren't part of the game anymore in the capacity in which we play them. And in the history of the world and societies, if you go and look back, there's organizations, not always legal, sometimes criminal, but I'm not saying Bungie's criminal by any means. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying there's organizations and companies that will actually withhold products in order to drive up a need, and then when they bring them back, they are praised for that. And I'm seeing a little bit of that in Bungie right now. I'm watching Bungie kind of not providing a whole lot of new and just sort of reselling us something that we already want. And in a world where I constantly read reviews saying a lot of remastered games are just to feed off of your nostalgia, I think that Bungie might be remastering Destiny 1 right now. And thankfully, if this update cost even $1, I would never play Destiny again, because they would be literally feeding off of nostalgia to make money blatantly. And I don't like that. But I constantly heard in the streams, they were talking about all the new ornaments that they were bringing up. And I'm just sitting there going, ornaments? Most of the ornaments come from Eververse. And it just sort of seems like they're playing on our nostalgia to make money, and they're giving us something that we already had. They're giving it back to us and acting like they are rescuing us. They're returning something to us that we have desperately wanted and pretending as if they weren't withholding it. And when people say they weren't, it was there, I just can't help but respond with, then why aren't we playing it now, today?
We mentioned many times on the show, I at least know myself, I wondered for the longest time, like, bring the old raids back up. You have that amazing content sitting there. why not bring them up with each expansion so we can continue to play them? You know, our discussion always made sense. They want us to move forward with this new content. They don't want us to go back and play the old raids. They want us to play the new raids. So, you know, time passes. Cyborg and I are chatting each week, and, you know, he makes a good point of, would you really go back and play those raids? But, you know, even with that said, I think to feed into the angle you're taking, Blue, is I mean, we've chatted about this. Since the Taken King, they've been trying to do what they can to bridge the gap to Destiny 2. And if you look at it from that angle with Rise of Iron, you know, it wasn't a huge expansion drop, but it bought some time. It was, I don't want to say it bought time. It was fun. It was a good expansion. But with this, you know, it's like, they're like, okay, guys, it just feels like what can we do? We've got to get to Destiny 2. Like, what can we do? And this is it. I mean, if you know, we always said that they're not going to go back and use substantial resources to bring these old raids back. So if there was ever a time that they could do it, right now's the time, because they need us entertained until Destiny 2. They need to give us something to do.
And
so
I don't disagree at all.
I almost think that, and I'm not saying I disagree with your point. I just think the timing and the trouble they had with the launch of Destiny and the systems and how they've been working on it this whole time, it's almost been like, I mean, it's been a work in progress, the whole life cycle of Destiny 1, and we're in a great place now. But I think a chunk of it is them like, okay, they've been asking for this for a while. We need to give them something to do. They're going to love Destiny 2, but we just got to get them there. Like, we just got to get them there. So I don't know. I feel like maybe that's a piece of it.
I agree. And I do, and like I said, I'm excited. I'm not boycotting the game. I'm not sitting here.
You're
saying
right, though. If they
charged
us, it'd be a different story.
It would be a totally different story. But I sit here and go, I'm having a hard time being excited for the thing that we've begged for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, at first it was like, it'd be like, hey, Sparrow Racing would be neat. Boom, Sparrow Racing. Hey, can we get in-game voice chat? Sorry, Bungie, we didn't actually want that, and we all acknowledge that now, and we're sorry. But we've asked for things and gotten it, and we've begged for these raids.
That's true.
And now they're just giving them back to us now, and it's exciting, but at the same time, it's kind of like, we're about to get a new game. We could have been playing this. Why didn't you do this sooner?
I do hope they change the structure in Destiny 2. I hope they figure out a way to keep past things. I mean, the raids are so fantastic, to keep those relevant moving forward. But, you know, again, it gets into that conversation of like, they don't want to drop an expansion pack, and people, which they would jump in the new raid for a while, and then they would, hey, let's go play that old raid. We can still get good gear from there. But, you know, I don't know. I definitely see where you're going with that. They very well could have been sitting on this for, I mean, they've obviously been sitting on it for a little bit. They've got quite a bit of work into this. I mean, it is revamped raids, but they've got these different layers of challenge modes and new armor and ornaments. So, I mean, they've been sitting on it for a little bit. The idea, at least. So
I hope they've been sitting on the idea for a little while.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hint
yeah.
from the community. Yeah,
but no, I hear you, and I don't disagree. I encourage people to think in other fashions, and to me, I expect more out of my gaming company, and I'm excited that they're doing this walk down memory lane, you know, playing Green Day's Good Riddance kind of, you know, to a montage of pictures that we all took as we went through and grew as Guardians. You know, I went to high school like everyone else did. But I appreciate all of that. I just sort of wonder, like, I still think I'm going to play these raids twice and go, I'm good. B, why didn't they do this sooner so that the people who are creative and come up with custom games and come up with exciting new things they could have gotten involved and done things. And they talked about, well, now you'll have swords and new supers and different things that'll help you make these raids your own in a different way. And I can't help but be like, yeah, we kind of did all that, though. We all went back and soloed Crota at some point on normal. I did. I was just like, hey, I wonder if I can do this on normal. I can. Like, they're all there now. I don't know. I would have liked to see this a lot sooner than we got it. And maybe for the finish line, maybe spice things up. Like, I know they said we didn't want to do this. If they Siva or Takened everything, I would have loved it. I'm just putting that out there. If everything was covered in Siva tomorrow, I think that'd be so cool.
Well, it was cool when they did that in the strikes. That was neat. when you didn't know what version of the strikes you were going to get. Yeah.
But can you imagine if they said, hey, we remastered, we brought up to light all of the raids back in November, and now everything is Siva if you click this option. Can you imagine a Siva Vault of Glass? Incredible. Like, there was already a fan-made exotic for the Mythoclast that was like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was black with Siva. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just sort of go, man, I would love to see that. So,
Cyborg, before we wrap this up, your final thoughts on this little topic here.
I'm holding back a little bit until we see everything that's coming as a part of this. I think this is definitely the main attraction. And going into it, I had stated before that I'm not going to feel a huge incentive to play this stuff unless they did something drastic. But now, looking at it and their philosophy behind what they've done, I'm definitely interested to see what the challenges are. I mean, they mentioned there's an Atheon challenge that could be the most difficult challenge they've ever put out. That intrigues me because they're doing something to challenge the hardcore player or the person that's, ran the Vault of Glass 100 times and, has bested all those challenges. And that could be interesting to go back and have something completely new to take on. So I think that's gonna engage me for a couple months, just kind of exploring that stuff. And kind of along the lines of what you both have said, if they were introducing a new microtransaction, which we don't know if they are, I'm predicting they probably aren't, or if they were charging for any of this, I think there would be plenty of reason to be upset. But in the end, we've already paid for it. We paid for this. It's funded by the Eververse. So all the money that you spend on every other event this year is what paid for this to happen. So you have paid for it, just not, directly up front for $9.99. So we're, in a sense, we're going to get our money's worth for what we've put out there. And I feel okay with that. I mean, the fact that they're bringing up every raid, there's new rewards and new armor for every raid. We've got this whole record book. I think that it has a lot of value, and I think we're going to see that value play out over a few months, 3 or 4 months, definitely into the summertime, and we're going to have fun with it. I do wish that we had seen some of this stuff earlier, but in the end, they gave it to us when they could give it to us. I think that they were smart in prioritizing things that were new or, whatever iterations of stuff they've put out, whether it was, last year, the April update, that was some new stuff. It was Rise of Iron. They put all their irons in that fire, no pun intended. They've definitely prioritized what they could generate that was new experiences before they finally said, okay, this is something that we can do kind of in a more economical way, probably for the studio. And we'll save this for last because we know it'll be, less resources to execute on and et cetera. And I'm okay with that. I mean, guys, we have to be honest with the fact that this is the very end of the life cycle of this game. I think at this point, trying to be positive, I don't want to mince my words here, but I think that we should consider ourselves lucky that they are deciding to continue to invest in community.
Yeah. I really hope, I think we all do, that they've learned a lot in this first iteration of Destiny, and we're going to have a much more robust experience with Destiny 2. We'll keep it on the positive train. But you guys got to admit, whether you run Vault of Glass or your favorite old raid once or 30 times, going back in there even one time with your fire team is gonna hit the feels a little bit. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Glass, it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So, looking forward to the next couple weeks, and we'll see what else we get, and then finally breaking this thing open on March 28th. See if it's worth it.
Yep.
We will see. Time will tell.
Couple
I'm
more
excited.
streams, plenty to talk about. Yep. Gonna be exciting.
Even though, out of everything we said, we're still excited. I think that's a good sign.
It is.
Yeah,
We love this game.
It's still,
We love this game.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm not excited to play the Vault of Glass again. I'm absolutely excited to play the Vault of Glass again.
Just take your shadow price and move on.
Yeah,
Guardian.
right. And I loved the bit. I will point out, I love the bit where they were going to try to add something in that made it so you couldn't skip the jump puzzle by jumping all the way down. And they said, no, let's not do that because that is so quintessential to so many Guardians' experience in the Vault of Glass. You don't want to destroy the memories that people already have. And I
Dude.
thought that was really well done.
You just made me think, what if they bring back the loot cave and somebody stumbles upon that again? That would be
That would be great.
Oh,
I love that there was a node you unlocked for disturbing the remains.
Yeah, right? That was great. That was a nice little nod. That was good.
That was a good
Yep.
nod. That was a good nod. All right. Well,
I
good
didn't
talk
see
about
that,
this,
but that's
guys.
cool.
Yeah, excellent. Great chat.
Yeah, we'll continue to explore this further in the next couple of weeks, and it'll be an interesting conclusion to the Destiny 1 life cycle.
Yeah.
So,
Derp fam and listeners, of course, guys, don't hesitate to tweet at Destiny Reset. Let us know what you guys thought.
absolutely. All right. Well, speaking of, you guys ready for some Derp Fam feels?
Of course.
You know
Got a
it.
couple
Let me get my
emails. All right, man. Get ready.
Actually,
Got some emails
these are
this
pretty-
week.
These are pretty. These aren't teary ones. I don't think we're gonna cry.
I'll let you take this first one, Arrow.
I would love to.
I thought so.
Jeremy, aka Gumbo Collins.
Gumbo.
Hey fellas, my name is Jeremy, but my gamer tag is Gumbo Collins. I'm on the Xbox side of Destiny. I wanted to drop a line to tell you about a good deed that was done for me and how I tried to repay it. I was a day one player, but I had started to get tired of Destiny shortly after I started playing. This was because I didn't have anyone to play with. I ended up meeting 3 Guardians in the tower who changed my gaming life. Also turns out they lived in my town. Anyways, these 3, along with two of their buddies, managed to get me through my first nightfall, my first raid, etc. Next thing you know, we've started a clan, we started recruiting, and it got quite large. Thanks for their patience and guidance, I ended up staying with Destiny. I became a Sherpa myself. I've run people through Nightfalls, all 4 raids, Skolas, when he was actually difficult. He said when he was hard. And had a blast doing it all. The great thing about Destiny is that it's just as fun to hear the excitement from other players as they accomplish things as it is to accomplish my own goals. Anyone out there can feel free to add me. Just let me know you're a part of the Dirt Fam and I'll add you back. Thanks for all you guys do. Jeremy Collins, aka Gumbo Collins. Thank
Awesome,
you for that.
man.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I love just hearing when people get joy from helping other people. That's a big part of this game.
Yep, for sure. I realized when I said Skolas, that reminded me, I heard somebody tweet or say in a podcast that we got 100% confirmation on Atheon. Did they say Atheon on the stream? They were joking.
Atheon?
I
Atheon?
just
Atheon?
listened to it actually. Someone says like Atheon or something, and I was
Atheon?
Yeah.
like, excuse me,
Mind blown.
you what, mate?
What?
Cyborg, we hang out too much.
I'm listening again there, mate.
I'm going to
What
have
day?
to start setting in on some of these night fellas. You guys are getting crazy.
Listen, you're always welcome, but we always play. I go, hey, you want to do this? And he goes, yup. And so
Yep,
if you're
it's on
ready
a
when we
whim.
do that, by all means. But we don't wait for nothing. We just go.
I understand. All
But
right.
yeah, thanks for that email, man. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Gumbo's a great guy. Talk to him a lot in them DMs. We got another email from Josh, aka Strategy God, titled Dirt Fam Feels. He says, "Hello, Dirt Fam. It's been a while. Strategy God here. Although I've taken a short break from Destiny to revisit StarCraft 2 and Star Wars Empire at War, and don't
good
forget about
man.
Warcraft 3. Destiny and the Dirt Fam still holds a special place in my heart, and I'd like to share a little story that happened a couple months ago. A friend and I were taking on Iron Banana, and we were hopeful as we were both decent enough players. On one particular match, we encountered what seemed to be a god sniper. I believe the map was Frontier, the one with the bridge in the middle of the map, and A and C are on either side. Anyways, it seemed like literally every door we came out of, no matter which side of the map we spawned on, we got headshot right away. As anyone might be able to relate, not being able to leave the building you spawn in without dying might get a little frustrating. Every tactic we tried, it seemed this player was one step ahead every single time. We went from annoyed to frustrated to mad to rage to utter insanity. And then we could only laugh every time this player got us. We made a pact to get this guy as much as we could. We literally avoided any other enemy player in the objective just to get this guy. If one of us saw him, we called him out and waited for the other to come help to increase our odds. For the next 3 matches, we looked for him and only him, and that became our sole objective. We celebrated every time we got him and became even more determined every time we got sniped by him. If it wasn't No Land Beyond, it was LDR or Mida. We had so much fun hunting him that I sent him a message saying that he was too good for my friend Jack and I, that we made a game out of gunning for him. In perfect Destiny community fashion, he just replied, "I'm not that good, I just got lucky." It is a night I won't forget easily. I will never forget going to Rage and then not being able to do anything but laugh at the skill of this man, Truling, who is now on my friends list. He has numbers after his name, but I don't want to give away his old PSN on the podcast. Anyways, thanks for all you guys do, including the admins and members in general. And when I get back on Destiny soon, I'll hit some of you guys up, including you, Holden Court, and Burning Wing Zero.
I love that email, man. That's such a good story.
I have been in those shoes. Like, same exact story. Like, you're just getting your butt whipped, and you decide I'm just going to go for this guy. And, who was it I was playing with last time this happened? And they were just steamrolling us so bad that we just started laughing. We were like, this is just unreal.
And you end up being friends.
And then we made friends.
Great email, though, strategy guide. Thanks for sharing that with us. Very cool.
So if you're listening and you want to send us an email, you can do so. And it may be featured in the Derp Fam Feels. Maybe it's a shout out or a story you want to tell or a question about something in Destiny or the Destiny community. You can also leave us a SpeakPipe at speakpipe.com/Destiny Reset. That's like leaving a voicemail, and your lustrous voice will be featured right here on the show.
Ooh. When you put it that way.
That is all. See, now it's luring people to want to leave SpeakPipe, so yeah.
It should work.
All right, guys. I think we've hit time. It's time to wrap this thing up, B.
Yep. We're a little over our planned goal, but we always know that's going to happen. We started later again tonight. Blue, we're keeping you up late, man. Sorry.
It happens. There's probably going to be at least 4 to 5 feet of snow by the time we're done with this. So.
You're like, I don't care anymore.
And then his power just cuts out. Let's hope not. We got to get that source saved. We got to get that source saved.
Please,
Great
Jesus. Show. All right, guys. Well, it's great getting together with you. Blue, tell us where everyone can find you.
We just assume they all know you because they probably do at this point.
Probably, but if they don't, I want everyone to know that you can find me at I'm the Blue Ranger, pretty much the way it's spelled, pretty much everywhere. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, everywhere. I have a daily YouTube channel.
Friendster, MySpace.
Yep. YouTube.com/I'm the Blue Ranger for daily uploads, including the Night Fellas series, where we do a Nightfall, me and Cyborg every week, and sometimes include random people who just happen to be on. And then I also stream.
That's only when they can't 2-man it.
Yeah, exactly. When we throw in the towel, or I just say to them, I don't have time. We need to do this now. But I also stream Monday through Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's at twitch.tv/I'm the Blue Ranger. I play a whole variety of stuff, but definitely going to be pulling in some more Destiny as this rolls out and Destiny 2 rolls out. So come by, say hi, and get involved. We're a great community of people who love to. They fantastic charity raising events last year. Just an amazing group of individuals. I don't know how I got so lucky. So come by and say hi sometime.
It is a fun stream. We will attest that for you guys.
Absolutely.
It's a good time.
Era Knight, where can people find you?
You can find me at The Arrow Knight on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch. It's Arrow Knights. What about you, man?
Wonderful. You can find me at Cyborg Sasquatch on Twitter and Twitch. And finally, you can find us at Destiny Reset on Twitter, or you can find us on the web at www.destinyresetpodcast.com. That's your source for all things DRP, including links to subscribe to us on your favorite podcast app of choice if it's working that week. Cough, cough, Google Play. And if you want to join the Dirt Fam, look for the Bungie logo on our site. It'll link you directly to our Bungie.net group. Dirt Fam is 1,500 members strong, and we'd love to have you.
We got to give you guys a heads up. I don't know why, but it seemed like since around Rise of Iron days, the Bungie site moves really slow for us. So we try to check.
Sluggish.
Yeah, we try to check pending request to join, because once it hits a certain range, we have to approve them for whatever reason. We wish we could turn that feature off. But if you're sitting out there lingering a little bit and we haven't approved it, just hold tight. We'll see you. We'll approve it. If you even want to tweet at Destiny Reset and say, guys, go check it. It's been a day. We try to check it at least every other day. But just a heads up, we're not ignoring you guys. We would love for you to be a part of the Bungie group and the Dirt Fam.
Correct.
Oh, and dude.
iTunes reviews.
Hype Central. 3 new reviews this week. They all hit like the same day. I don't know what we did last week, but
It's the guilt trips, bro. It's
Wielding
guilt trips.
Hammer, Shadow Strike 623, and I love this one, Nate's a Wombat.
Knights of Wombat.
Very cool.
Thank you guys for leaving
Thank you so
those
much.
iTunes reviews.
We appreciate it.
If you're so inclined and you listen to us on an Apple device, please leave us an iTunes review. Helps us get heard by more people. All right, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for joining us, Blue.
Good time. Yeah,
no
thanks, sir.
problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Welcome anytime. All right, guys. Until next week, have fun playing Destiny, and take care, Guardians.
Sword Bear.
Okay.
Sword Bear.
Sword bearer. Sword bearer.